Welcome back. Thanks for your letters, emails, tweets, and messages. Today's question is from Kenneth in BC. Dear Sybil, my wife and I are going through a divorce and are struggling with how to split our assets. There is so much to consider. How do we ensure it's fair for both parties? I am still angry at the separation and want to ensure I get everything I am entitled to. Regards, Kenneth. Well, Kenneth, first off, I'm sorry to hear you're going through a very difficult time. It must be very emotional for you. But the number one most important thing to remember is to take the emotion out of your decision making. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but try and stay focused on the outcome, the desired outcome down the road. It will make things a lot easier. Step number 2 is you want to take an inventory of all of the assets and liabilities that you have, both joint assets as well as any assets that you may own or your spouse, your ex-spouse may own. House, RSPs, tax-free savings accounts, bank accounts. And then don't forget to list all of the debt outstanding with each. Lines of credits, credit card balances, mortgages, vehicles, car loans, you name it. So it's a little bit of a process and an exercise, but get it all written down on a piece of paper. Step 3 is you want to notify your creditors. If you had a credit card where a spousal card was issued, you're going to want to cancel that right away. Line of credits and mortgages, all of that, and your investment accounts, let all the financial institutions you work with know that you're going through a separation, and control the amount of excess spending that is going to take place between now and the time you do get separated. Neither one of you wants any excess debt or surprises, and when emotions get in the way, sometimes that happens. You also want to have a look at the beneficiary designations on your pension if you have one, on your RSP and your tax-free savings accounts, and any insurance policies that you have outstanding. Now, you didn't mention in your letter whether you had kids or not, but if you do have kids, you're going to need to look at child support and custody issues. And I know that can get even more challenging. But most important with the kids, don't let them feel any of the pressure that you and your spouse are going through right now. Just make them feel well loved, keep them out of the arguments, and don't use them as pawns in your battle, which I know everyone says they wouldn't do. But again, emotions can get in the way, and sometimes we make poor judgments. Now, an interesting fact is that once married, all family property is equally divisible in separation. So things that are family property are things that you've accumulated since being together. Your primary residence, for example. Now, there are some exceptions, and these excluded properties are anything that you brought yourself to the table. Now, if you have a prior marriage agreement, different circumstances apply, so you'd need to seek legal professional help if that's the case for you. So I guess a final tip for you is really to stay absolutely focused on the end results and move forward. It's time to let go and start the next chapter of your life. Thanks, Kenneth. And that wraps up this edition of The Wealthy Life, helping Canadians make smart financial decisions. Join the conversation on social media and tell us your story. Go to thewealthylife.com to ask your financial question and make the most out of what you have.